Hello friends. Now let us take up the concept number 9, 10.9, comparing objects. Before learning the procedure of comparing objects, now first let us understand comparing primitives. Now you see int a is equal to 10, int b is equal to 10. Now in order to compare these two primitive type operands, you write the expression like this. That is, this is equality operator. Equality operator. By using equality operator, we compare the equality of two primitive type operands. In such case, what equality operator does means it takes the bit pattern of both operands, and the bit pattern is exactly identical, exactly same, then it returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. This is a procedure applicable for primitive operands, primitive variables. Now, our topic is comparing objects. Actually, here the procedure is entirely different. In a primitives, only one unit is there, one variable. But as far as objects are concerned, already in many programs we have seen that this is a structure is like this. One real object is there. This is object reference is there. This is object. This is object reference. Okay, this is there. Then, if you use the equality operator, same equality operator which we used on primitives, if you use, what happens? Here, two things are there. This is the object. Here, real thing is here. The contents are here. This is object reference. That point you have to understand. Okay. Now, by using equality operator, it checks the equality of the reference. Suppose, for this thing, suppose this, let us say, room type object. Now, R1 is there. R2 is there. R2, two objects are referring the same room. Already this concept many times we explained. So, in such case, if we use the equality operator, it compares the equality of references. That means R1 equal to R2. If you write, it gives true. True. Suppose R2 is referring another object like this, another object. Then in such case, R1 equal to R2 gives false. You understand? So, by using equality operator in case of references, it compares the equality of references, not equality of the object. Equality object means I am talking about the content. So, that point you have to understand. In case of primitives, it is comparing the contents of the variables. That is the very important point what you have to note. Now, how can we compare two objects? Two objects means contents of the object. Now, one example I give you. By that, you can easily understand a room, R1, new, a room. Now, let us say this is 15 and 12 and 10. You understand that this is represents length, breadth and height. Suppose with the same values R2, new, a room, 15, 12, 10. Okay. Now, this is somewhat issue to be focused. Now, R1 is equal to R2. If you write this expression, what is the result? What is the result? The result is false. Why false? You have to understand. Why false? R1 is referring referencing this object, and R2 is referencing another object, even though their values are same. Their values are same. So in this case, two R1, R2 are referencing two different objects. That's why result is false. Already I show you R1, R2. The result is true because both are referring same object. That difference you have to understand. Okay. Now, how can we compare the contents of the object? Here, contents of the object. We are not talking about the reference of the object. Content of the object are same. Then in such case, how can we compare? For this, one very important point you have to learn, that is equals method. Equals method. Actually, equals method belong to object class object. Already in the previous concepts I explained to you, Java Lang object is a class. It is at the top of all Java classes. That means all Java classes, whether they are standard library classes or user defined classes, are inherited from that. So at the top level, this is there. This is the object, is the super class of every Java class, whatever you define through library, whatever are in the library are user defined. This is at the top class. And why we are talking about that? In forthcoming chapters, we discuss a concept called inheritance. Inheritance. Inheritance, like in real life, you inherit the properties of your parents, your father, grandfather, great great grandfather, etc. In the same way, every class inherits the the properties and behaviors of superclass, superclass, and all that. Here, one very important point what you have to remember is this object class provides some general utility methods. General utility methods which are commonly used by any object. So, because of the inheritance, every Java object, whatever you define, it may be student object, mark list object, or string object, or any object, it inherit the methods defined in object class. That point you have to understand. One of such methods is equals. It is used for comparing the equality of two objects. Comparing the equality of the two objects. So now here how we have to write R1 equals R2. But one very important point what you have to notify is its behavior. Equals method behavior by default is also like equality operator. Equals method and equality operator, equals method by default and equality operator are function act alike in case of reference variables. That point you have to understand. Okay, now how can we compare? How can we compare two objects? Means contents of the object. That is the further purpose. Equals method should be overridden. Actually, this concept, object concept, and overriding and all that, we will learn in the forthcoming chapters. That's why here, as a matter of context, you understand comparing objects, and here equals method and equality operator by default behave in same fashion. That means in this case also only references equality is compared. But if you want to compare the content equality of two objects and all that, the equals method should be overridden. How to override and all that in the forthcoming chapters we will learn.